This is a fart button down here. There's a button that literally has like a cloud and lines and
Fog lights?
oh yeah, that'll be fog. G'day guys, it's Scott from The Current Car, and today we're here with the Foton Tunland V9-S, which gives you everything a Ford Ranger has for 25% less, but there is a catch. So let's check it out. Once again, I want to give a big shout out to Waverley Depower for giving us this loan vehicle. And as always, this is my own opinion and these guys don't get to see the video before it's put up. So let's start at the front. It's very, very big and loud. Got this giant grille here. This just stands out. Along with the 360 camera, LiDAR and sensors on the front. And this really big Photon sort of badge here, which I wish they sort of filled this space with. But this does look like something from another country, doesn't it, Josh?
A certain yank tank of sorts.
A yank tank. So here we are checking out the Photon. The Photon. You also get daytime driving lights here and pretty bright LEDs at the front and fog lights at the bottom. So all Photon models come on 19-inch rims and all-terrain Giddy tyres. On the side of the V9-S, you get an indication light on the mirror, a 360 camera right under here. They also get a metal step, full cast iron as well, which is good to see instead of all the plastic ones. All the windows are privacy tinted, and you also get a roof rack, which for me, I'm a pretty heavy guy. And yeah, this seems, you know, what do you call this, Josh?
Sturdy as hell.
Roof rack durability test. Coming soon if you want it. So here we are at the back of the Photon. As you can see, it has these really nice LED brake lights along with this bar, which actually lights up. I'll show you now quickly, Josh. So when we lock it, you can see it pulsates and it gives a nice little light show. Better than the deep house.
That is so obnoxious. It's so yank code.
It's so yank, it's like, hey, I'm here, or I'm going. Big Photon badging along the back here, along with hints of chrome everywhere, like at the front and on the handle for the tailgate. Tunland signage down the bottom. So for the tray, which is a big part of these dual cab utes, you pull down the tailgate like this. It is on actuators, but it's still a bit heavy. Now I pulled my nifty tape measure again to give you the measurements. They do actually give you the measurements on the Photon website. So in the back of the Photon's tray, you get rugged tray liner, which to me feels like something that if you scratch it up, you're not going to get disappointed in, because it is a work ute at the end of the day and with a little bit of luxury in the cab. So yeah, it's all round big tub. You can fit a normal sized pallet in here for shipping. So it does suffice for the workman's needs, I guess. Also in the Tunland tray, you get 4 tie-down points, 2 at the back and 2 at the front. So under the bonnet, you've got a 4-cylinder 2-litre turbo diesel engine with a 48-volt mild hybrid assist, which pushes 120 kilowatt of power and 450 newton meters of torque, which suits really well with the ZF 8-speed automatic. So in this model, the high-spec model, you get 2-wheel high range, 4-wheel high range, and 4-wheel low range, along with front and rear diff locks. So you can also tow 3.5 tons, and you can carry just under a ton payload in the tray. For this V9-S exclusive is the front diff lock. The other models don't have that. It's just in the high-end model. So when you're looking through your specs in your different models, make sure if you want the front diff lock, it has to be the V9-S. As you've been seeing, this yank tank is absolutely massive. And if you want to know how massive it is, the overall length is 5.6 meters, with the height being 1.9 meters and the width being 2.1 meters, and a wheelbase of 3.3 meters. Absolutely incredibly big. And for you 4x4 lovers out there, you have a ground clearance of 240 mils and a wading depth of 700 mils. As a massive vehicle like this, you're probably wondering how many times you need to stop off at the gas station. Well, it's 8 litres per 100 kilometres, with a combined total of 76 litres in the fuel tank and 12 litres of AdBlue. So you might have to go every 2 or 3 days. worth mentioning that you do need to put AdBlue in this. And if you've never driven a vehicle like this before, then it is something that you need to add to make it run. Here we are inside of the Tunland V9-S. Now this is the top spec model that has been brought to Australia. And with that, you get the ventilated and heated cooled seats in the front for passenger and driver, a 12.5-inch infotainment screen, and a status screen in front of the driver with all the stats, such as speed and everything you need to know. So when you purchase your Photon, this is what your key will look like. You've got lock, unlock, sound, and a Photon logo down the bottom with nothing on the back. You also get tactile buttons along the middle here, right underneath the infotainment screen, such as your seat control, dual climate control, AC, hazards, and other things like demister and whatnot. I know Josh is a big fan of buttons.
Yes, sir.
So you must be in heaven right here. You've got all these buttons.
They all feel the same. So I guess you still have to know which ones are which.
It's true. I wouldn't know. I'm pretty sure they light up at night time, but haven't experienced that yet. So in the center, you get a large button array for your four-wheel driving modes and your car modes, and your gear shifter, obviously. I honestly feel like I'm in a cockpit right now with all these buttons. You also get a wireless phone charger in the middle here, and a drink holder right here too, which you could fit a, I'm going to say Powerade bottle or something like 1 literage around there.
A Stanley Cup for the real Americans out there.
There may be a Stanley Cup for you Americans. And you also get a very large middle storage area inside of this too, with air conditioning support. There's also a cubby underneath here for your USB sticks and 12-volt socket. So the Photon also comes with an amazingly large panoramic sunroof and a shade for those hot days. So when you want to close the sunroof up, you can close it, but when you want to open it for some nice air, look at that. Fresh air coming right into the cabin. You don't even need to use the aircon. So all around, the V9-S ticks all the boxes of luxury. It feels rugged enough without feeling bare, and also feels very durable for the workman ute as well. Now let's check out the back. So here we are in the back of the V9-S, and as you can see, as a 6'1" man, I don't have much leg room. My seating position is very straight, so the seats are as comfortable as they're going to get. As for headroom, yeah, it's not much there. If your driver is as tall as me in this seating position, then this is what you're going to be stuck with. But if you're in a smaller driving position, then you'll have more leg room and more space, obviously. In the middle, you have your 2 aircon vents. You have your 2 buttons to do the ventilated seats in the rear, and which only come in the V9-S as well. And then you've got 2 USB sockets and, surprisingly, an AC 220 volt vehicle to load plug. So you can pretty much plug in your air fryer, whatever you want, really, on the road. And you also get pockets at the back of the seats and a nice short cup holder for the rear seats. So look, bare minimum, I still like that they're leather, but yeah, not as spacious as I would have thought. So here we are doing the window test on the V9-S, and let's see if it goes down all the way. Oh, it feels like, why couldn't you just push it down all the way, guys? That's 10 millimeters, right?
This is why he needs the measuring tape.
Yes, but it doesn't go down all the way. It goes down like 90%. Why can't they just make it go down all the way? I don't understand. I don't get it, guys. So the Foton Tunland comes in 4 different variations. The bottom model is the V7C, 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. The 2-wheel starts at 45,000 on road. And if you want to get the 4-wheel drive of the V7C, you're looking at around about 2,000 more. The only difference between the V7C and the V9-S, which is what we're in now, is the luxury features such as the suspension changes, and you get different bits and bobs around the car that will make your life a little bit easier. The biggest difference from the bottom model to this top spec model is the driver awareness system, which has distraction and fatigue warnings, which is right here on the side of me. And the rest of the features are things like your dual zone air conditioning, more USB ports, and more kind of just luxurious bits and bobs around the car. It's also worth noting that on this top spec model, the rear suspension changes to multi-link instead of leaf spring suspension, as well as the front diff lock only being on the V9-S. So at the end of the day, is the Tunland worth the money, the bang for buck, the car per dollar? I absolutely think so. If you look at the comparison, the cheapest Ford Ranger is $15,000 more than the top spec V9-S we are sitting in right now. And for that, you get the giant screen, the awareness camera, bits and bobs around the car, the sunroof. You'd be crazy not to miss out on this deal for $15,000 cheaper. It's absolutely amazing. But at the start of the video, we said there was a catch. That catch is, would you enter the Chinese market? And if you would, leave that comment below. I'd like to know. And as always, if you like the content, remember to like, subscribe. Go find something else we put out about an E07 or another car you might like. But until next time, thanks for watching.